Have you ever felt a wave of serenity wash over you the instant you walk into a room? That sigh of relief? Perhaps it's because you entered a place with Japanese concepts in the decor. Zen-inspired decor is a lifestyle that can infuse tranquility into your home. And in the rush of modern life, who wouldn't want their own little sanctuary of peace? In Japan, simplicity is something much deeper. It emphasizes the presence of clarity over the absence of things. There's a philosophy of design and life that serves as the true foundation for a peaceful home. A word that, when understood, changes your space and your mind. That word is Kanso. Today, we'll explore what this concept actually means and how you can use it to create a calm mind. Because your environment has a direct impact on your inner peace. To understand this properly, let's break it down into 4 parts. Within the context of Zen and wabi-sabi, Kanso stands as one of the 7 pillars of Japanese aesthetics. You can translate it as simplicity, sobriety, or refined austerity. But at its heart, it embodies the idea that structure speaks louder than decoration. It allows the lines, the colors, and the open space to speak for themselves. Simplifying the home is perhaps the best way to counter the accelerated pace of modern life and the constant bombardment of noise we face daily. If life ever feels oppressive to you, this approach offers a necessary antidote. This philosophy focuses on the subtle and the necessary. It strips away the superfluous until only utility and honesty remain. Every object that enters your space is questioned. Does this serve a purpose? Eastern philosophies share a main mission: to create distance from the stress of the mundane world. A Kanso space is designed to transmit tranquility. It creates a silence that is both external and internal. This is where things get interesting and where many of us get lost. Western minimalism is frequently driven by aesthetics. It's a look. It can be strict, almost dogmatic. You may have heard of people who count their belongings or force a restricted color palette. It often becomes performative, a way to show how controlled and disciplined you are. It can, ironically, become a new form of consumerism, buying minimalist things to look minimalist. Japanese simplicity, on the other hand, is driven by philosophy and feeling. It prioritizes a feeling over a look. Western minimalism asks, what can I remove? Kanso asks, what is essential? The difference is subtle, yet profound. Removing can lead to emptiness, to coldness. Defining the essential leads to clarity. This philosophy is inherently warmer and more human. It isn't afraid of life. It doesn't see an object with history as clutter. It sees the clutter in an excess of objects without history. Think of it this way: minimalism might turn your home into an empty white box. This approach turns it into a carefully curated gallery of your own essential life. It allows the few objects you choose to keep to shine based on their truthfulness rather than being expensive or new. It's a simplicity that is organic, avoiding an industrial feel. It is flexible and avoids rigidity. It emphasizes radical, intentional selection, moving away from a sense of deprivation. Simplicity serves as a beginning, a canvas for something greater. When we apply this foundation, we stop worrying about emptying the room and start noticing what the space actually needs. Clearing away the noise invites 3 essential qualities back into the home. First, you create space to breathe. We often feel a nervous urge to fill a blank wall or a clear shelf. Yet, in this philosophy, empty space acts as an active ingredient. It functions like the pause between notes that creates music. Think of your home. Clearing a corner gives the room its dignity back. The light travels across the floor uninterrupted. Your eyes find a place to rest. The space transforms from a storage unit into a sanctuary. We stop focusing on having less and start making room for ourselves. Second, you invite authenticity. Real simplicity relies on the truth of materials. When we strip away the excess, the remaining elements need to feel real. We naturally gravitate toward wood, linen, clay, and stone. These materials exist without trying to be perfect. A plastic table remains unchanged and cold, while a wooden table ages, changes, and warms the room. Choosing materials that feel real to the touch helps the home feel like a living, breathing organism. Why do we do all this? Why go through the trouble of rethinking our design philosophy? It's to achieve a state of mind. In Japanese philosophy, there is a concept called seijaku. It means quietness, calm, or tranquility, especially in the midst of chaos. Your external environment is a direct mirror of your internal environment, and vice versa. An environment full of visual noise, an environment with excess objects, conflicting colors, disorder, lack of clear function, creates mental noise. It pulls your attention in 1,000 directions. It generates anxiety, makes it hard to focus, and drains your energy. A home based on this philosophy does the opposite. When your eyes can rest, your mind can too. In such a home, you can sit and read a book for hours because there is nothing around you screaming for your attention. You can have a deep conversation because the space was designed for connection. You wake up in the morning and your mind doesn't immediately jump into problem-solving mode because the space in front of you is clear. This is seijaku. It's the calm you feel when your environment is finally working in harmony with your mind. True Japanese-inspired decoration is a feeling you cultivate rather than a style you can buy. It isn't about tatami mats or shoji doors. It is the result of applying deep philosophical principles to your living space. It's about looking at the things you already have through a new lens. What this philosophy offers us, in the end, is a profound permission. The permission to stop chasing perfection. The goal of this journey was never to have a home that just looks calm. The goal has always been to cultivate a home that makes you feel calm. That is seijaku, the quietness, the deep peace that happens when your external environment and your internal world finally find harmony. So the question I leave you with is, what in your life today is non-essential? What is stealing your clarity and your calm? Think about that and start there.